Hi, folks, and welcome here to Galena Sports Live. I'm Caleb Rose, and next to me is my cameraman, Dominic Santiago, and you're watching Friday Night Football live here on YouTube. Tonight's matchup is between the Riverton Rams and the Galena Bulldogs here in Galena, Kansas, and certainly one I'm excited for. Sun's starting to go down. It is currently 84 with a real feel of 82 and a slight breeze out of the northeast, but certainly great conditions for football, something that we haven't seen in quite a while with the rain in the first game. And then we apologize about the technical difficulties last time that we had. The final score of last week's game was 20-12, and your Bulldogs came out on top, and it certainly sounded like a thriller in that second half. For the Bulldogs, they're coming in at 1-1 after their win last week over St. Mary's Colgan, and then a loss before that against Commerce, Oklahoma. And next week they'll move on to face Parsons. But as far as that goes, that was a great game last week. Everything that Coach Sarwinski said they needed to improve on, they did just that. They managed to get 292 yards offensively, 215 on the ground, 77 through the air. And they got rid of those mental errors. That was the biggest thing, a cut in penalties. They didn't turn the ball over. I mean, this was just a much better game. One thing Coach Sarwinski said they still need to improve on, though, is the tackling. That is what made that game closer than it needed to be. But overall, I mean, just general improvement, and it was just a fun game to watch. Defensively, they did a great job. They did allow 128 yards through the air, but they made up with it for only allowing 142 on the ground. And then Sarwinski had one interception that led to a big touchdown right before the end of the half. And certainly they played great. They did a great job working together. The Bulldogs played an amazing game last week. As for Riverton, this is a big rivalry. We know that Riverton's just right down the road from Galena. Most of these kids do know each other, and so this is going to be an intense one. Coach Sarwinski said, even though Riverton's record is better, records don't really matter here. When you have a team who's so close and they're rivals, it really doesn't matter what's going on under the lights. It's just a new football game. And here are the Bulldogs lining up to take the field. But as for the Rams go, they are 2-0 right now. They beat Quapaw, Oklahoma 32-20 last week. And then the week before that, they beat Baxter Springs 52-0. So certainly quite the schedule they've had, and they've done a lot with it. They run the football well. One guy that I'm going to talk about quite a bit more is number 32, Derek Larison. And here are the Bulldogs. But Derek Larison, that kid is a beast. Just a few highlight plays I saw from last week. He can run over some players. Reminds me of the beast mode or the beast quake run from Marshawn Lynch in what I believe was 2008. There were a few highlight plays that were like that from Millars, and that's going to be the biggest key for the Bulldogs defense, is containing him, filling the gaps, and you're not going to be able to tackle him man on man. He will run over you, so you have to have 2 or 3 guys on the ball at all times. As for their Riverton's offense, obviously said they run well, but they pass well when it's needed. They can get themselves out of holes passing through the air, and it certainly is very beneficial for their offense. Their defense is really going to be the biggest key, though. They completely dominated the game last week against Quapaw. I believe they had 5 or 6 sacks, something along those lines, but the defensive line just completely took over the game, and it was really hard for Quapaw to get anything done last week simply because of that fact. Then at quarterback, we're going to see Walker Terry, great leader, has a decent arm. We didn't see a lot of it last week, but he'll be a guy to keep an eye on. Coin toss out at midfield for the Bulldogs. Your captains are number 10, Brett Sarwinski, number 11, Tyler Little, number 22, Jacob Wagoner, and number 68, Kobe Myers. Offensively starting tonight for the Bulldogs is going to be number 2, Zane Turner, number 5, Dawson Mooney, number 10, Brett Sarwinski, number 11, Tyler Little, number 12, Gage Lawson, number 22, Jacob Wagoner, number 54, Derek McLaughlin, number 61, Casey Hopkins, number 64, Matthew Ramos, number 68, Kobe Myers, and number 71, Isaiah Dunaway. Offensively starting for Riverton, number 3, Kyler Harper, number 4, Hunter Crowder, number 7, Clayton Garrett, number 9, Liam Tyree, the quarterback number 11, who we talked about, Walker Terry, number 32, Derek Larison at running back, number 51, A.J. Bushman, number 54, Zane Shireman, number 61, Noah Valenti, number 74, Caden Hedrick, and number 78, Garen Gilmore. So Riverton declined the coin toss, and so it will be Galena returning to start off this ball game. We talked a little bit about that offense. They did a great job of executing and protecting the football last week. That's going to have to continue here in primetime against Riverton. They have a tough defense, and we're going to see that from drive one. Every game they've played this year, last year, even the year before that, they came out of the gate firing on all cylinders and took over the game before the offense could really even get a feel for the field. So this offense, they're going to have to come out. They're going to have to find their groove right away, get some early first downs, move the ball down the field. That's the only way we're going to see this offense consistently succeed this week. As for the return team, 3 back deep is Zane Turner, Dawson Mooney, and Brett Sarwinski.
Back deep for your Bulldogs, Zane Turner, Dawson Mooney, and Brett Sarwinski.
And Sarwinski just won Homecoming King just a little while ago. Kicking off here for Riverton is number 32, Derek Larison. With this homecoming game, certainly seeing a lot more fans in the stands and on the track here tonight. Certainly gives it a home atmosphere. So here is Larison to kick off for the Rams, and this ball game is underway. Letting it go is Mooney, and it rolls to the end zone touchback. So this offense will start from the 20-yard line. And again, I said they need to get firing on all cylinders, maybe a big play to start us off, but one thing that allowed them to succeed in previous weeks is just that running until it doesn't work type of mentality, slowly moving the ball down the field. They had a great display of it last week, and we'll see if that continues here. I would expect either a big play to start us off and then a slow move down the field, or obviously just a run play. Dawson Mooney in the backfield. Tyler Little at fullback, and Sarwinski's under center. And it is a handoff. Dawson Mooney running through a few players. Gains 7 on that one. Number 9, Liam Tyree, and number 32, Derek Larison, bringing him down. And one thing that Coach Sarwinski made sure to change into last week is the substitutions. Gage Lawson just checked in. But certainly keeping fresh players on the field was something that helped them succeed last week. 2 backs this time. It's Mooney and Turner. It's a handoff to Mooney. And brought down, but not before moving the chains after a gain of 4 or 5. Here's that slow-moving football. The 3 yards in a cloud of dust, and it certainly works. And Larison yet again on the tackle. He's playing the Mike linebacker. He certainly understands the game quite well. 2 backs this time. It's Turner and Little. Handoff here to Turner. And the hole filled perfectly. That was Larison and Garrett right there. A gain of 1 there on first down. And with the amount of contact we've seen, the great job that Riverton has done of filling the holes early on in the offensive line, I would expect more carries to go to Mooney. We saw in the first play he was able to run over a few tackles. And that's certainly what you want when this linebacking core is amazing. Here it is to Mooney. He's brought down from behind by Garrett.
Clayton Garrett on the tackle for the Rams.
So 3rd down and 6 or 7 right here.
7 for the Bulldogs.
We'll see if they go to the air. With such a run-heavy team, a play action would certainly be warranted here. It's Raheem Saheed who checks in. Trips to the left side. Out of the pistol is Sarwinski. Instead, he'll just straight roll out. Fires for Mooney. Off his fingertips on the corner route. Incomplete. On the defense was Liam Tyree. And a bold play call early on. Had the right idea, just falls incomplete. And jogging off the field here for the Bulldogs in number 71, Isaiah Dunaway. And it does not, well, they will in fact punt. It's Turner back deep. Returning is Ryder Phillips and Hunter Crowder. Punt goes away, and it's one of the best of the season we've seen from Turner. And down at the 24-yard line. So here's our first sights of the Riverton Rams offense. I expect the first few plays to go to Larison. And even though that drive didn't seem like much, just that one first down was enough to set the tone, maybe a little bit, going into the next drive offensively. But the biggest thing is, how is the defense going to respond? They're out on the field earlier than expected. And this is really going to set the tone for really the entire game between this matchup. Under center here is Terry. And the snap goes to Crowder. He's brought down in the backfield. That's Tyler Little who brings him down.
Loss of a yard on the play. 2 yards. Tyler Little on the tackle.
So not much to be found there. Actually a loss of 2 on that one.
2nd down and 12.
2nd down and 12 here under center. And here is Larison.
Run up the middle, wrapped up in
And
by Ramos,
a pile right there.
by Sarwinski.
It's Ramos and Sarwinski on that tackle.
Larison on the carry.
Very slow moving offense, definitely different than what we saw last week from the Rams. 3rd down and 12, or excuse me, 3rd down and 9 here. Expect them to go to the air. Sarwinski and Turner deep safeties here. Larison in the backfield. Ball's on the ground. And a pile here. Awaiting an official call. And a fumble recovery it is. Bulldogs football. And the fumble recovered by number 68, Kobe Myers, on that play. And it doesn't get better than that. Now the offense comes out with perfect field position. They start their march from the 22-yard line, just outside of the red zone. Sarwinski under center. A sweep play goes to Mooney to the right side. Through a few secondary members, and he's brought down by Harper at about the 12-yard line after a gain of 10.
Looks like by the spot, about a 9-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and short.
And you can just feel the energy rush. It was kind of quiet and slow to begin that first drive, but a great defensive play sparked it here. Sarwinski under center, Mooney behind him. It's Saheed and Little off to the left. And a quarterback keeper there by Sarwinski. Took the snap and ran it straight forward.
Zane Shireman on the tackle.
And right there, that was Zane Shireman on the tackle. Enough for a first down on 2nd down and short. Sarwinski under center here. And yet again, the same sweep formation we saw last time. This time it's to Turner. And what a play right there by Liam Tyree on the outside. Read that play like a book. But bigger than that, he was able to get through the block and make the play single-handedly. 2nd down and 15 after the loss of 5. Wouldn't be surprised to see them go to the air here, especially with Little. We've only seen one pass attempted, and it was to Mooney. Sarwinski under center. Another handoff goes to Mooney, and he's brought down after a gain of 2. 3rd down and 13. A long one this is going to be. And Sarwinski's been kicking recently, but I don't think he's confident enough in his leg to make it from this distance. That would be about a 25-yarder. Sarwinski out of the pistol. Twins to the right side. Trips, my apologies. Sarwinski keeps it himself off the left side. And he's brought down after a gain of 8 for 4th down and 5. And I'm not sure where they go here. Based on field position, I feel like the obvious move would be to go for it. Sarwinski out of the pistol. He'll keep it himself, trips up, looking for a pass downfield. What a move it is. Sarwinski has it, and a touchdown Bulldogs on 4th down and 5. They pull it off. Take the lead at 6-0. Sarwinski has shown his legs all season, and once again beautifully marches his way into the end zone. So they will elect to go for 2, now with the lead just a mere 6 minutes into this ball game. Sarwinski's under center here, 3 backs behind him. And it is a play action, looking right side, lobs it up to Little, looking for the Moss, but not there, incomplete. So 6-0 after 3 drives in this ball game. We'll be back here at Galena Sports Live in just a moment.
At Farmers Insurance, we've seen almost everything, so we know how to cover almost anything, even a rock and wreck. Yeah! He rocked and rolled right into it, but we covered it. At Farmers, we know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
I used to drive an ambulance as an EMT, and I've always tried to be a safe driver. If people knew what I know, lives could be saved. In my car, if I see a truck or bus taking a turn, I know to take my time. When big vehicles turn right, they may swing wide to make the turn. If you try to sneak in, well, it's a lesson you'd rather not learn the hard way. When trucks and buses turn, let's you and I wait. It's our roads, it's our safety.
And we're back here at Galena Sports Live. And an impeccable drive there by the Bulldogs after a fumble recovered there by Kobe Myers on the defensive side, and set the offense up with perfect ball placement and was able to march it in from 22 yards out. The final scoring play coming from 5 yards off the legs of Brett Sarwinski. And that was on 4th down as well. Back deep to return is number 4. That's Hunter Crowder. Here's Sarwinski to kick off. Boots it short. Ball on the field. And it's recovered by Liam Tyree. So out comes this Rams offense to answer. And after a turnover last time, the Rams have to do something here if they want to continue this and want to have some momentum in this first half. They're going to have to find an answer here on this second drive. And it seems rather early in the game, but that's the position they've put themselves in with the turnover last time. Here's Walker Terry. And he's under center. 2 backs behind him. That's Crowder and Larison. Another motion, it's Larison running over 2 players. And right there, what a play by Kobe Myers, who recovered the fumble last time. Went straight for the legs, kept his pad level low, and just held on for dear life. And was able to slow Larison down enough to bring some teammates along. A gain of 6 on that one, but could have possibly been more if it weren't for Myers. Under center here is Terry. And a little trickery here, brought down in the backfield by the Bulldogs. On the tackle there, number 50, that's Devin Hetty. And Dunaway as well on the tackle.
It'll be 3rd and 7.
3rd down and 7 here after the loss of a few. And this defense certainly has not been challenged much, except for Larison, but they've certainly held up. We'll see if there's any trickery to be found here on 3rd down and 8. Terry will drop back for his first pass, fires to the right side, and what a play it is. That's Zane Turner right there. That was Ryder Phillips running the out route to the sideline. We saw him almost get a touchdown grab on that last week. And Zane Turner, playing safety right there, recognized it, turned his angle downhill, and got there quick to knock it away.
That pass was intended for Ryder Phillips.
So Larison back deep to punt. Returning is Sarwinski. A high snap. Larison looking to get it off and manages to get it away. It's marked down at the 42-yard line, so out comes this offense, and couldn't have been a better start here for the Bulldogs. 2 consecutive defensive mastery drives. So Sarwinski and company jog out onto the field for their 3rd offensive drive. Sarwinski under center here. 1 receiver to the right, Little to the left of the line of scrimmage. It's Mooney who has it and has quite a lot of room to run. Taking it past the 20, and he's finally brought down, but not before a huge gain. And that was Ryder Phillips who brings him down. And what a beautiful run there by Dawson Mooney. And has almost the size advantage, rather short compared to the linebackers, but he was able to get through there and able to make a play. And once he found that hole, he was around those linebackers, weaving in and out, just using his speed. An amazing play there by Mooney. Here's Sarwinski with the handoff again to Mooney. And I am not great at math there, but that was what I believe was a 40-yard run there by Dawson Mooney. And then that one right there, 2 yards, brings up 2nd down and 8 from inside the red zone for the 2nd time. 3 minutes, 30 seconds remaining here in this first quarter. And the Bulldogs have certainly found their groove. Sarwinski out of the pistol, Little and Mooney behind him. And this time it's Brett Sarwinski keeping it to the outside, and he's tripped up from behind by Clayton Garrett.
Number 7, Clayton Garrett on the tackle.
Brings them relatively close. 3rd down and 1 there. And this one is marked at the 8-yard line.
Turner Little leading the way on the block there.
So Sarwinski under center here. 3 backs. It's Turner, Little, and Mooney. And a quarterback sneak to get the first down. Sarwinski makes it again.
But that'll be a Galena Bulldog.
And nothing is better, more relieving than a coach, than knowing that your quarterback can perfectly execute that quarterback sneak and get quite a few yards there. Gets the first down. Brings it to first down and goal from 5 yards out. Sarwinski under center, yet again 3 backs. 1 tight end to the right, that's Wagoner.
Flag on the play.
Flag on the play. And the clock is stopped. A false start is called.
But there was motion against the Bulldogs.
So a 5-yard walk-off puts them at first down and 10
First and goal at the 10-yard line.
from the goal. Saheed checks in right there, in for Lawson. Sarwinski under center, again 3 backs. Here's the handoff, it goes to Mooney, weaves his way in, and has it, touchdown Bulldogs. Another scoring drive right there for the Galena Bulldogs. They are able to convert once again. And love what this offense is doing, but you cannot credit enough the defensive stand that this Bulldogs team has been able to put up. Now up by double digits at 12-0. Sarwinski out of the pistol. Looking to pass, he'll take it left himself. And that was beautiful, but a flag on the play. He's able to drop back enough to get the initial step of the cornerbacks backwards. But it is a holding against the Bulldogs. So they will have a 5-yard walk-off.
10 yards from the spot of the
A
foul.
10-yard walk-off, my apologies. So here they are to attempt the 2-point conversion again. And this is interesting. Little at center. Sarwinski from the shotgun. A motion for Turner. No blocking outside. Fumble on the play, and it's out of bounds. Certainly an interesting tactic there. Not good, though. 12-0 is your score, and the Bulldogs lead by double digits. We'll be back here at Galena Sports Live in just a moment.
Number one, obviously, is safety. We definitely call 811 to find out if there are any buried lines, fiber optic, whether it be telephone or pipeline or anything. Don't take a chance. Don't think you know and say, well, I don't remember anything being put in there. Call 811 and make sure that that's identified, that there isn't something there before you make that crossing. Because in the end, we want everybody going home.
What would happen if I had to pick up the phone, call 911 for one of my family members or one of my neighbors? What would I do if no one was on the other end to respond? What if there was no 911? So you can be a part of the solution.
Anybody can be a firefighter. Male, female, younger, older.
We have school teachers. We have leaders in business.
Is me, you, anyone that wants to be.
There is no typical firefighter.
And we're back here at Galena Sports Live, kicking off for the Bulldogs. Number 15, Anthony Gongora, who we saw kick in week 1. Here he is once again, and back deep to return is number 4, Hunter Crowder, and number 9, Liam Tyree for the Rams. It's short again, returned by Phillips. Takes it around the right side. Has some green to work with past the 50. And he's finally brought down by Raheem Saheed. Down at the 42-yard line, and out comes the defense. So here's the first big challenge of the day. The Rams are in the hole, but they have some good field position here. or my apologies, he was pushed down at the 49, but still great field position for this Rams offense to start them.
Rams will start first and 10 at the 49-yard line.
We've yet to see much from Larison. We talked about what he's done in the past 2 weeks has just been amazing and so tough to tackle, but again, that swarm tackling that they practice all week has been working for the Bulldogs. Here's the handoff. It's to Larison. Off to the right side, and here he is in open space. He's finally brought down by Zane Turner. Not before a gain of 20. Ball is set at the 30-yard line. My apologies, a 19-yard gain right there. But there is Larison. Just a small preview of what he can do if the defense allows him outside, which unfortunately for a cornerback, the size differential, that is a tough matchup once he gets on the outside. Under center, here's the snap. It's carried by Phillips. Here he is in open space, and he's brought down by Turner. My apologies, that was Crowder on the carry. But enough for another Rams first down. And this drive is certainly getting interesting.
12-yard gain. Give me first and 10.
Walker Terry running in the play, in this defensive line unit getting some fresh bodies in there. Dunaway checking in for Toby Hughes. Under a minute remaining in this first quarter. Under center is Terry, two backs behind him. A handoff right there. And brought down by Sarwinski. It was Liam Tyree on the end around. And McLaughlin in on the tackle as well. 30 seconds remaining here in the first. We'll see if the Rams try to score before that. They will have to get another play off before the first quarter. We're at 20 seconds on the play clock.
Second down and 4 at the 11-yard line.
Under center here, two backs. Terry with a quick handoff. And bringing him down right there is Kobe Myers. And it was Caden Allen on the carry.
Kobe Myers and Tyler Little in on the tackle.
And the clock stops at 7 seconds.
About a 4-yard gain. It'll be enough for a Rams first down. It'll be first and
it will be first down.
Big goal line stand here. Make sure they can hear you, Bulldog fans.
And that is going to do it for the first quarter. 12-0, a quarter dominated by the Bulldogs, but we'll see if it gets more interesting when we come back here at Galena Sports Live.
The difference between gambling and having a gambling problem is worth knowing. Learn about the warning signs that you or someone you care about could be at risk. If you struggle with a gambling problem, or if you are impacted by a loved one struggling with a gambling problem, please get help. You can get confidential, no out-of-pocket cost assistance by calling the Kansas Problem Gambling Helpline at 1-800-522-4700 or at ksgamblinghelp.com. Know your limits. This message is brought to you by the Southeast Kansas Problem Gambling Task Force.
Question: what will you find on all over-the-counter or OTC medicine packages to help you choose the right drug and use it safely? The answer: the drug facts label. This label lists the medicine's active ingredients and purpose, how much to take, and warnings you should know before using it. Remember, even OTC medicines you buy without a prescription can cause side effects you don't want. So follow the information listed on the drug facts label. For more information, visit fda.gov/drug facts label. A message from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration.
And we're back here at Galena Sports Live. And one thing we forgot to mention, Galena Sports Live is partnered with Easy Relic, so if you have any highlight plays that you want right after it's over, make sure to text Bulldogs to the number on your screen. Make sure to save that number if you want to see it, but it goes straight to your phone and it's completely free. And if you want to know more, visit EasyRelic.com. We cannot thank them enough. But here we are, first down and goal for the Rams. Terry under center. And a give. That is Larison pushing through the pile.
7-yard gain. It'll be second goal.
And a 7-yard gain right there. Second down and 1. Looking for the goal line. We'll see if they're able to find it. This certainly could get a whole lot more interesting if they're able to find that momentum and use it on the defensive side. Whether or not this game could possibly slow down or speed up and just be more even. Terry under center, 2 backs behind him. It's Larison. And there it is. Plowing through. And they will call it a touchdown. That's Larison on the 1-yard rush. And touchdown for the Riverton Rams. There's their first sign of offensive success. And so they will attempt the 2-point conversion, which would certainly be big. And we talked about the rivalry between these squads. They will line up for the extra point rather than the 2. And it's Larison to kick. A flag on the play. And it's offsides on the Bulldogs.
Encroachment against the defense.
Well, we talked about the momentum of this game and how records don't necessarily matter, skill sets don't necessarily matter. This is a momentum-driven game, so if the Rams are able to take this, run with it on the defensive side, that could certainly make things more interesting. Terry under center, they'll attempt the 2 after the penalty. It's Larison, finds his way in and marches himself into the end zone. 12-8 is your score. Bulldogs clinging on to a 4-point lead. We'll be back here in just a moment.
I used to drive an ambulance as an EMT, and I've always tried to be a safe driver. If people knew what I know, lives could be saved. In my car, if I see a truck or bus taking a turn, I know to take my time. When big vehicles turn right, they may swing wide to make the turn. If you try to sneak in, well, it's a lesson you'd rather not learn the hard way. When trucks and buses turn, let's you and I wait. It's our roads, it's our safety.
Everybody can make something, because I think everyone has a spark of creativity, and the reason that I have to keep making is because I don't think my life would be as fulfilling without it. If you make things yourself, that means you're not cowering in fear. You're out there taking chances. That, I think, is my way of saying I love you to the world. All right, now I want to hear why you make.
Share your own Why I Make story today. Visit whyimake.org.
And we're back here at Galena Sports Live. After the Rams touchdown and 2-point conversion, it's Larison to kick off.
Larison to kick it off for the Rams.
Zane Turner is back deep to return. Off to the right side, it'll be returned by Sarwinski. Looking over the middle, quite the juke move right there. And he's brought down at the 28-yard line. So first down and 10 for this offense. Now they're lacking field position, and this is the ultimate test of adversity. Now they've lost some of their momentum. They have some ground to make up as far as that momentum goes, and they don't have good field position, which set up both of their scoring drives last time. So we'll see how they respond to this. Sarwinski under center, 1 receiver to the left. Here's the handoff, goes to Mooney, and he has been a beast this entire game, obviously. Last time breaking off that 40-yard run that set up a touchdown.
8-yard carry for Dawson Mooney.
Second down and 2. Saheed running in the play. And as for this Rams defense, they've certainly found themselves in a hole. But it's amazing to me how much momentum can switch from side to side. They're certainly finding some of that right now. Sarwinski on the carry. and a beautifully read play there by the Rams. On the tackle is Clayton Garrett and Zane Shireman. They read that play from the beginning, held them to gain of 1, 3rd down and 1 it is right now. And wouldn't be surprised to see that quarterback sneak we've seen from Sarwinski. In 3rd and short situations, we've seen that quite a bit this year. Here he is under center. Here he goes. Breaks free. Sarwinski heading towards the end zone. 61-yard rushing touchdown right there for Brett Sarwinski on a play that was intended to get maybe 1 or 2. That is Brett Sarwinski showing off his legs yet again for a 2nd rushing touchdown of the game and puts the Bulldogs up by 10. And it really does not get better than that. That play was simply designed to get the 1st down. But when you have athletes like Brett Sarwinski, you can almost expect plays like that. He's done it all year. And yet again, another one to add to his highlight reel. Here's Sarwinski. He'll roll out right, one-on-one, and he'll throw it away, incomplete. But still a 10-point lead right here. They will call a flag after the play. I believe it might be roughing the passer. Or intentional grounding is the call, so that will be applied on the kickoff. So we will be back here at Galena Sports Live in just a few minutes.
At Farmers Insurance, we've seen almost everything, so we know how to cover almost anything, even a rock and wreck. Yeah! He rocked and rolled right into it, but we covered it. At Farmers, we know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Difference between gambling and having a gambling problem is worth knowing. Learn about the warning signs that you or someone you care about could be at risk. If you struggle with a gambling problem, or if you are impacted by a loved one struggling with a gambling problem, please get help. You can get confidential, no out-of-pocket cost assistance by calling the Kansas Problem Gambling Helpline at 1-800-522-4700 or at ksgamblinghelp.com. Know your limits. This message is brought to you by the Southeast Kansas Problem Gambling Task Force.
And welcome back here to Galena Sports Live. Kicking off here is number 15, Anthony Gongora. And a long 61-yard touchdown run by Brett Sarwinski. Another one to add to his resume. Already had one in this game. Back deep to return is Hunter Crowder. Returned there by Luke Robinson. Has quite a bit of room to work with, and he's brought down at the 50-yard line. Another great return by the Rams. And certainly they have to match it here. The offense of the Bulldogs has shown that nothing is going to slow them down when it comes to the other side of the ball. So the Rams have to do something here, at least get the ball moving, if not score in some way. Terry's out of the pistol here. Two tight ends to the right. Two wing backs, a motion there. It's handed off, and it's Crowder, my apologies. Brought down after a gain of 4. And that tackle by Dawson Mooney and Sarwinski. Flags thrown up, and it was after the play. It's definitely something to do with trash talking or taunting. Based on the cheers, I believe it is against the Bulldogs. And that's tough. I will cut the Bulldogs some slack because they've been pretty good about penalties compared to their Week 1 game, especially last week, and this game included, but that's tough and something that you know some players are going to get chewed out for when they come back to the sideline, if not pulled out of the game for a moment. But in comes that rivalry. It certainly provokes some trash talking. First down and 10 here for the Rams. They'll operate from the 33-yard line. Terry under center. Two backs behind him. It's Larison. And off to the left side. And right there, gain of 4 on that one. That was Derek Larison. And not only have we seen his running capabilities, he was able to get in for both the touchdown and the 2-point last time, but he is an impeccable linebacker, and really the biggest part of that is just understanding the play, knowing where the ball goes before it goes there, and he's been able to shut down quite a few plays. Larison, as Coach Sarwinski says, is the soul of this team. It's Terry under center, a wing back to the right, and here's the handoff. It's Larison along the right side. He's tripped up there by number 25, Jack LaTurner, a freshman. 7:42 remaining in the half. But Larison is certainly finding his groove, and that's a scary thought.
Also on the tackle on that one. It'll be a first down for the Rams.
First down and 10 from the 23. Just outside of the red zone. Under center here is Terry, two backs behind him. Here's the handoff, goes to Crowder, and he's brought down after a gain of maybe 1 or 2. Jacob Wagoner, Dawson Mooney, and Tyler Little all in on the tackle there for the Bulldogs. So second down and 10. I apologize, no gain there on that one. Under center here is Terry, two backs behind him. A wing back to the right, one receiver to the left. Here's the handoff, it's a reverse. And down the field, it is Crowder right there. Hunter Crowder, a senior, on the reverse. And he's in the end zone for a Ram touchdown. Four points separate these squads. And after a penalty last time, they went for the 2. We'll see what they do with this one. An extra point will put them within field goal range of tying up this ball game. No, they will go for 2 out of the pistol here. 2 wing backs. Here's the motion, and instead it's a pass. Terry looking for the end zone, trying to run it in himself, and he does it. The 2-point is good yet again for the Rams. 18-16 is your score, and this game is getting closer and closer by the minute. Tune in just a few seconds for the remaining 6:30 of this first half.
Number one, obviously, is safety. We definitely call 811 to find out if there are any buried lines, fiber optic, whether it be telephone or pipeline or anything. Don't take a chance. Don't think you know and say, well, I don't remember anything being put in there. Call 811 and make sure that that's identified, that there isn't something there before you make that crossing. Because in the end, we want everybody going home.
Everybody can make something, because I think everyone has a spark of creativity, and the reason that I have to keep making is because I don't think my life would be as fulfilling without it. If you make things yourself, that means you're not cowering in fear. You're out there taking chances. That, I think, is my way of saying I love you to the world. All right, now I want to hear why you make.
Share your own Why I Make story today. Visit whyimake.org.
We're back here at Galena Sports Live. I'm Caleb Rose, and next to me is my cameraman Dominic Santiago. And this game is getting closer by the moment. We've only seen 2 Rams touchdowns, but with two-point conversions as well. 2 points separate these squads. Larison kicking it off. It's a short bounce picked up there by Turner. Has some room to work with, and he's brought down there on the tackle. Liam Tyree and Ryder Goodman. So out comes this offense. And it's almost like a game of Jenga. The farther you go into the game, the higher the stakes are stacked, and you feel more pressure to succeed every drive. It gets a lot tougher as the game goes on, and we're only in the first half here. There's a lot of pressure on this offense to keep this momentum going. Here's Turner. What a move it is by Zane Turner. Running through quickly. He's finally brought down by Clayton Garrett, but not before a Bulldog first down.
That's a Galena Bulldog first down.
And as much as the pressure has been on, the Bulldogs have certainly answered.
10-yard run for Zane Turner.
Sarwinski under center, 3 backs. Here it is to Mooney, off to the right side, and I believe he has the first down.
Hole up the middle, able to get the ball up to the 48.
And they'll mark it just short, 2nd down and 1.
For Dawson Mooney.
Dawson Mooney yet again showing why he's out on that field. Not only does he hit the hole, but he hits it hard and is able to run through players with speed, with agility, and the biggest thing is elusiveness. He's just so quick. He's hard to almost touch. Another quarterback sneak by Sarwinski. We saw it went last time. This time it's for a 4-yard gain and a Bulldog first down. Unfortunately, cannot expect the result that we saw last time every time, but it's enough to get a first down and keep this team marching. Under 5:30 remaining here in this first half. And this game continues to become intense as the moments go on. It's Zane Turner on the carry, and bringing him down is number 4, Hunter Crowder. Crowder, who had the touchdown a few moments ago.
Timeout, Riverton.
And after a successful Bulldogs drive thus far, the Rams call a timeout. We will be back here in just a minute.
Question: what will you find on all over-the-counter or OTC medicine packages to help you choose the right drug and use it safely? The answer: the drug facts label. This label lists the medicine's active ingredients and purpose, how much to take, and warnings you should know before using it. Remember, even OTC medicines you buy without a prescription can cause side effects you don't want. So follow the information listed on the drug facts label. For more information, visit fda.gov/drug facts label. A message from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration.
Everybody can make something, because I think everyone has a spark of creativity, and the reason that I have to keep making is because I don't think my life would be as fulfilling without it. If you make things yourself, that means you're not cowering in fear. You're out there taking chances. That, I think, is my way of saying I love you to the world. All right, now I want to hear why you make.
Share your own Why I Make story today. Visit whyimake.org.
And we're back here at Galena Sports Live. 2nd down and 7 is the situation here for the Bulldogs. They're clinging on to a 2-point lead and slowly marching this ball down the field. It's Dawson Mooney up the middle. And he's brought down after a gain of 3 on that one.
Tackle made by Noah Valenti.
And I talked about comparing this to a game of Jenga. The pressure stacks time and time again after each drive. That timeout slows it down. It allows you to take a breather and not think about necessarily the situation quite as much. Tyler Little just walked off the field, and I believe it is left arm. I'm not sure exactly what happened. The trainer is talking to him. It looks like the Bulldogs will have to call a timeout. So with 4:14 remaining in this first half, we'll be back here in just a moment.
At Farmers Insurance, we've seen almost everything, so we know how to cover almost anything, even a rock and wreck. Yeah! He rocked and rolled right into it, but we covered it. At Farmers, we know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
I used to drive an ambulance as an EMT, and I've always tried to be a safe driver. If people knew what I know, lives could be saved. In my car, if I see a truck or bus taking a turn, I know to take my time. When big vehicles turn right, they may swing wide to make the turn. If you try to sneak in, well, it's a lesson you'd rather not learn the hard way. When trucks and buses turn, let's you and I wait. It's our roads, it's our safety.
We're back here at Galena Sports Live. 18-16 is your score. Galena holding on to this lead and the ball. Here a spread formation, Twins to the right side. It's a handoff to Mooney. Takes it north-south and is able to get the first down. Gain of about 7 there. And this couldn't have been a more perfect drive so far for the Bulldogs. They're marching, they're in scoring territory, and it's looking like momentum is in their favor. And they've been able to run down that clock just a little bit. 4 minutes remaining. It's going to be hard to completely drain the clock before you have to give the ball back to the Rams, but at least taking some of that time off of it, alleviating some of the pressure on your defense certainly makes it more interesting. Currently a measure here on the chains, and looks plenty to get a first down. It will be, and the chains move. First down for the Galena Bulldogs. And that is Dawson Mooney's carry. Can't talk about enough what a stud he's been tonight. Has done some great things on this field, obviously setting up a big scoring drive earlier and obviously finishing off the touchdown, but we'll see what they can do here. Is Turner breaks a tackle off to the left side, looking to get past Larison. He's tripped up out of bounds, but not before a huge gain and a Bulldog first down. 12-yard line is where the ball is spotted. They'll operate from the 14. First down and 10. The clock's still ticking away at 3:54 currently. Sarwinski under center, 3 backs here. Hand off to Mooney. And there is nothing better than a quarterback than just simply taking the snap, handing the ball off, and watching your running back do the work for you. Sarwinski has done a great job of being a leader so far and getting the ball to the playmakers, but it's been Mooney and Turner who have done some great things so far tonight. Obviously, Sarwinski's done a lot with his legs, but the Bulldogs haven't really gone to the air, mostly because they haven't needed to. That is Zane Turner right there on the tackle, number 7, Clayton Garrett. Third down and 6 here. Possibly a play action. We've seen them do that quite a bit in the red zone here, especially on third down and a little bit of a distance in 6 yards. It's Gage Lawson who checks in for the Bulldogs. But as for this Riverton defense, they're looking worn down and tired. This has been a long drive. A motion from Little. A sweep play. Here's Turner. Cuts it north-south early. And I do not believe he has enough for a first down. Looked like a gain of 5 there. 4th down and 1. And I think we all know what's coming here from Brett Sarwinski. As for this drive, the Bulldogs have done a great job of wearing down the clock. It's now at 2:15, and that is hard to do, to score Here's the quarterback sneak that we were expecting.
Plows forward for like about 2 or 3 yards. 2 yards. But that'll be first
And it is enough to move the chains. First down and goal for the Bulldogs, operating from the 4-yard line. So here is Sarwinski under center. Again, 3 backs. Little, Mooney, and Turner. Another quarterback sneak. Looked like the ball might have popped out there, but nothing called. Second down and 3. Or second down and 2. And this clock slowly ticking away. Here's the handoff. It's Mooney, plows his way in. Touchdown, Galena Bulldogs. 24-16. And they extend the lead here. The Bulldogs have done some great things offensively, and one thing that accelerated them to a victory last week was the touchdown right before the half. If you remember, it seemed almost over for the half, and Sarwinski got the pick and was able to throw a touchdown to the right corner. That accelerated everything that the Bulldogs have been trying to push all night. Here they do it again with 1:22 remaining in the first half. Sarwinski going for the 2-point conversion. Looking for a little, he's pressured. And he'll run it in himself. The 2-point conversion is good. And your Bulldogs extend the lead to 10. So with 1:22 remaining in this half, we'll be back here at Galena Sports Live in just a moment.
What would happen if I had to pick up the phone, call 911 for one of my family members or one of my neighbors? What would I do if no one was on the other end to respond? What if there was no 911? So you can be a part of the solution.
Anybody can be a firefighter. Male, female, younger, older.
We have school teachers. We have leaders in business.
Is me, you, anyone that wants to be.
There is no typical firefighter.
Question: what will you find on all over-the-counter or OTC medicine packages to help you choose the right drug and use it safely? The answer: the drug facts label. This label lists the medicine's active ingredients and purpose, how much to take, and warnings you should know before using it. Remember, even OTC medicines you buy without a prescription can cause side effects you don't want. So follow the information listed on the drug facts label. For more information, visit fda.gov/drug facts label. A message from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration.
Welcome back here, folks. I'm Caleb Rose. Next to me is my cameraman, Dominic Santiago. And your Bulldogs extend the lead to 10. And it has just been wonderful to watch this squad operate. The defense has been struggling a little bit. Obviously, a very talented offense from Riverton. But this offense for Galena has kept up with the pace, if not even more than just that. Kickoff out of bounds, flags fly, and ball will be marked at the 40-yard line to start off this Rams drive. They have 1:22, and they can operate out of the air. We've seen it in weeks past. They can throw the football down the field. Problem is they haven't done it tonight. They don't have receivers quite warmed up to the level that they needed them last week. They don't have Terry's arm quite warmed up to where they need it to be. We'll see if that comes into play here late here in this first half. My apologies, I guess I mixed up NFL rules and high school rules. They will re-kick it. And it will be with 8 of a penalty. Scoots it back 5 yards. Sarwinski here to kick off rather than Gongora. Here's Sarwinski with the kick. And it's returned Here's Crawford, has a lot of green to work with. Here he is off to the races, breaks a tackle from Little, and he's finally shoved down at midfield by Sarwinski. 10 seconds ticked away on that return, but for good reason. Crawford gets tackled at the 49-yard line. We'll see if the Rams are able to air it out here, if that is even what they're looking for, possibly just trying to take it into the half. So under center here is Walker Terry, a wing back to the left, one receiver to the right, a handoff. Here goes Crawford. He's brought down, barely a gain of even one there. This defense was unexpectedly ready for the run and able to stop it. 2nd down and 9.
Once again, all seniors and your parents, please proceed to the west end zone about the 20-yard line. Prepare for senior night.
Terry under center, wing back to the left, another handoff. And this time it is Larison. A timeout called by Riverton. We'll see what they have to bring to the table when we come back.
The difference between gambling and having a gambling problem is worth knowing. Learn about the warning signs that you or someone you care about could be at risk. If you struggle with a gambling problem, or if you are impacted by a loved one struggling with a gambling problem, please get help. You can get confidential, no out-of-pocket cost assistance by calling the Kansas Problem Gambling Helpline at 1-800-522-4700 or at ksgamblinghelp.com. Know your limits. This message is brought to you by the Southeast Kansas Problem Gambling Task Force.
Number one, obviously, is safety. We definitely call 811 to find out if there are any buried lines, fiber optic, whether it be telephone or pipeline or anything. Don't take a chance. Don't think you know and say, well, I don't remember anything being put in there. Call 811 and make sure that that's identified, that there isn't something there before you make that crossing. Because in the end, we want everybody going home.
So 3rd down after the timeout, 3rd down and 7. A motion there, a little bit of confusion. They will call encroachment against the Bulldogs. And really quick before the half, I'd like to thank all of our viewers. According to YouTube, we peaked at 75 at a time, which is just amazing, and we can't thank you enough for supporting this channel and this broadcast. So 3rd down and 2. We'll see if the Rams pull something interesting or take it into the half. Terry under center, 2 backs behind him. Doesn't look like they'll do much. A play action looking for a corner route, and it's batted away by Sarwinski. What a play that was. And that was a perfectly executed corner route. The rollout allowed Terry to get the angle because that corner route is so hard to throw, and he was able to put some mustard on it, get it to the hands of the receiver. But yet again, both Zane Turner and Sarwinski have done a great job at the safety position protecting those out routes. Both passes that have been thrown tonight by the Rams have been batted down by the safeties. 5-yard penalty there.
3rd down and 7.
3rd down and 7 is the situation. So here is Terry breaking the huddle. Sarwinski 15 yards deep. Turner standing about 12 from the line of scrimmage. Another motion. And here it is up the middle. Not much to be found there.
Isaiah Dunaway and Ty Hall on the tackle for the Bulldogs. It'll be 4th down and 6.
4th down and 5 here for the Rams. And the play clock is yet to start, so they'll likely take it into the half. What an interesting first half it has been. 26 Well, my apologies. We have a timeout. Timeout, 1.3 seconds left in the quarter. And again, we can't remind you enough, we're partnered with Easy Relic. And so if you see any highlight plays here tonight, make sure to text Bulldogs to the number on your screen. Make sure to save it first, and it will send it directly to your phone. We can't thank Easy Relic enough. And if you want to know more about this, head to easyrelic.com. But talking about this defense, they have struggled a little bit here and there, but the biggest problem has been field position. It's hard to stop a team when you're inside your own 20. As far as basic drives go, they've done a good job of shutting this Rams offense down. 3 seconds left remaining in the half. And we expect a Hail Mary here. One last lob down the field. It's Terry firing deep. Picked off by Zane Turner, and that does it for the half. There's not a better way to end this first half. Your Galena Bulldogs lead 26-16. Make sure to tune back in here in 15 minutes for the start of the second half.
At Farmers Insurance, we've seen almost everything, so we know how to cover almost anything, even a rock and wreck. Yeah! He rocked and rolled right into it, but we covered it. At Farmers, we know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
I used to drive an ambulance as an EMT, and I've always tried to be a safe driver. If people knew what I know, lives could be saved. In my car, if I see a truck or bus taking a turn, I know to take my time. When big vehicles turn right, they may swing wide to make the turn. If you try to sneak in, well, it's a lesson you'd rather not learn the hard way. When trucks and buses turn, let's you and I wait. It's our roads, it's our safety.
Everybody can make something, because I think everyone has a spark of creativity, and the reason that I have to keep making is because I don't think my life would be as fulfilling without it. If you make things yourself, that means you're not cowering in fear. You're out there taking chances. That, I think, is my way of saying I love you to the world. All right, now I want to hear why you make.
Share your own Why I Make story today. Visit whyimake.org.
What would happen if I had to pick up the phone, call 911 for one of my family members or one of my neighbors? What would I do if no one was on the other end to respond? What if there was no 911? So you can be a part of the solution.
Anybody can be a firefighter. Male, female, younger, older.
We have school teachers. We have leaders in business.
Is me, you, anyone that wants to be.
There is no typical firefighter.
Number one, obviously, is safety. We definitely call 811 to find out if there are any buried lines, fiber optic, whether it be telephone or pipeline or anything. Don't take a chance. Don't think you know and say, well, I don't remember anything being put in there. Call 811 and make sure that that's identified, that there isn't something there before you make that crossing. Because in the end, we want everybody going home.
Question: what will you find on all over-the-counter or OTC medicine packages to help you choose the right drug and use it safely? The answer: the drug facts label. This label lists the medicine's active ingredients and purpose, how much to take, and warnings you should know before using it. Remember, even OTC medicines you buy without a prescription can cause side effects you don't want. So follow the information listed on the drug facts label. For more information, visit fda.gov/drug facts label. A message from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration.
The difference between gambling and having a gambling problem is worth knowing. Learn about the warning signs that you or someone you care about could be at risk. If you struggle with a gambling problem, or if you are impacted by a loved one struggling with a gambling problem, please get help. You can get confidential, no out-of-pocket cost assistance by calling the Kansas Problem Gambling Helpline at 1-800-522-4700 or at ksgamblinghelp.com. Know your limits. This message is brought to you by the Southeast Kansas Problem Gambling Task Force.
Farmers Insurance, we've seen almost everything, so we know how to cover almost anything, even a rock and wreck. He rocked and rolled right into it, but we covered it. At Farmers, we know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Hi, folks, and welcome back here to Galena Sports Live. I'm Caleb Rose, and next to me is my cameraman, Dominic Santiago. And just a quick reminder before the half, save this number in your phone. If you have any second half highlights you want to see, text Bulldogs to that number, and it will be sent directly to your phone, courtesy of Easy Relic. It's completely free, and if you want to know more, go to easyrelic.com. So just about 2 minutes away from starting this second half, and it was certainly an interesting first half early on. Started off slow. The Bulldogs were able to find their rhythm in their second and third drives, mostly created by that defense, and it was interesting to watch. But then once the Rams found their footing, that's when it became the game it is right now. Back and forth scoring and people just taking advantage of opportunities. We've seen Brett Sarwinski do some amazing things on the offensive side, 2 rushing touchdowns to this point. And then Dawson Mooney has also done some great things, rushing the football, running over players, creating momentum. He had a touchdown as well. But then for the Rams, they started to hype up a little defensively, and they found their rhythm on the offensive side late in that second half. They almost had a complete length of the field type of drive, and they weren't able to complete it, but obviously some good things to see if you're a Riverton fan. They found their footing, and they do trail by 10, but from where they've been so far in this game, that's not a bad thing, and they will receive the football here. So it's a new ball game. We're in the second half, and really the team that comes out firing on all cylinders from the get-go and is able to match that energy throughout the rest of the second half, this is going to be a fun game for them. But the most fun thing is both these teams are very well coached, so if that happens on both sides, that's when we're going to have a close battle type of matchup, and that's what I, among a lot of other people, are hoping for, is an exciting game here in the second half. The difference is 10, and obviously the player to watch here in the second half is Sarwinski. He's done just about everything. Quite a few solo tackles, stopping the run. He had 2 deflected passes, 2 rushing touchdowns, and other than that, he's pretty much just handed off the ball, but he's been a calm and collected leader, and I'm excited to see him continue to play. As we talked about earlier, he is the homecoming king for tonight and is certainly showing out here tonight. And so Riverton will receive. The question for Riverton is, I would think they might go to the air a little bit more here in the second half, maybe some play action. The run game worked to a certain extent, but I think they're really looking to expand that offense, and I think they understand that they have the potential to do so. Problem is actually doing it. We'll see if they make any changes here in this second half. Kicking off here is Brett Sarwinski. Back deep to return is number 4, Hunter Crowder, and number 9, Liam Tyree. Here's the kick from Sarwinski. It's returned by Tyree, takes it along the right side. And there's that swarm tackling we talked about. 37-yard line is where he's brought down. So first down and 10 for this Rams offense. We'll see the changes they made in the locker room. And coming out onto the field is Walker Terry. We have not seen a lot from him. He's 0 for 2 on the night in the air. Really, it has been Hunter Crowder and Derek Larison doing most of the lifting. Here's Larison to start off the second half. Throws off a player. Absolutely manhandled a defensive lineman there, using his hands to chuck him aside. And that was not certainly a highlight play, 1 yard gain, but that was interesting to see the strength of Larison and what he can do if he's unchecked. 2nd down and 9. Terry under center, 2 backs behind him. They're Crowder and Tyree, or my apologies, Larison. A quick counter. That ball went to Crowder. And here they are, slowly progressing. Nothing to be found so far. 3rd down and 7. Heading off the field is Dunaway, replacing him as Toby Hughes. Out of the pistol here is Terry. Expect him to pass. And an encroachment right there. I'm not even sure that was a hard count. But a 5-yard walk-off to come in favor of the Rams.
Offsides against the Bulldogs.
3rd down and 3.
3rd down and 3.
And certainly not the start we expected from the Rams, but they're getting the job done. 3rd down and short, and this could be huge. Another motion. Dropping back here, Terry fires to the right side, and it's caught. Here comes Tyree. Has a 1st down and quite a bit more. About 15 yards past the chains there for an 18-yard grab, and that is Liam Tyree. And right there on the motion, went across the field. Looked like it was intended to be a wheel route, but because of the early pressure, Terry had to throw it early before it developed. Fortunately, Tyree had some more room to work with and got the job done. 1st down and 10 here for Riverton. 2 minutes gone here in the 2nd half. Terry with another handoff to Larison. There's Derek Larison doing what he does best. 1st down and more for the Rams. A gain of about 23. Tyler Little right there on the tackle on the other side of the field. So here come the Rams in scoring position within the red zone. Ball sitting at the 16-yard line. Two backs here. Terry takes the snap. And I believe it's fumbled. It looked like a sense of confusion. And it is Bulldog ball. What a play yet again by the Galena Bulldogs defense. And it does not get better than that. Ball recovered on the 15-yard line. So Sarwinski under center. And there's the pile. Nothing to be found there. Gain of maybe 1. Saheed jogs off the field. So 2nd down and 9. Gage Lawson checks in with the play call. Three backs here, and we saw it the entire time in the first half.
Run on the left side.
Left side run, 2 yards is the pickup. 3rd down, and maybe 6 or 7 right here.
3rd and 7, a 3-yard gain on the carry.
And both offenses have not been able to find much, but I don't think it's a result of the defense. Both sides just don't have the same electricity and momentum they both had in the first half. And I'm still trying to find out as to why. Here's Sarwinski rolling out to the right side. And he's tackled right there on the sack, number 78, Garen Gilmore, the senior. And the initial pressure was applied by number 74, Caden Hedrick. 7:45 here remaining in this third quarter. And the Bulldogs, backed up to their own end zone, will have to punt. A dangerous situation here. Back deep to return is Ryder Phillips and Hunter Crowder. It's Zane Turner punting there. A solid punt returned by Crowder. Breaks one tackle, has it to the right using his legs. And that is Crowder loses the football. It is out, but it's picked up by Liam Tyree. And that was quite the series of events. But now with great field position once again, here come the Rams, and we're back to the same situation. First down and 10 from the 20-yard line. Terry under center, two backs here. That is Lake Crowder, I believe it is. And a handoff that time. It's Little on the tackle single-handedly. The carry went to number 42, Caden Allen.
Allen on the carry for the Rams. Tyler Little to make the tackle in the backfield. 1 yard loss.
Second down and 11. Almost halfway through this third quarter, and it's gone quick. Pretty much every play has been on the ground. And we haven't seen much scoring, many first downs. The clock has kind of just been continuous through this second half. Two backs here once again. And a wing back to the left. Another reverse. Here's Crowder. Not much there. And that was Lake Crowder on that carry. Third down and 5. And if Riverton isn't able to pick it up here, we might see a stalemate offensively. But I will say the tackling on both sides has been very much improved from their previous games, that's for sure. It made it a lot harder to run the football. Handoff this time. In open space, it's Sarwinski bringing him down. That carry from Caden Allen. Brought down by number 21 as well, Deontay Paul. 5:30 remaining here in the third. Fourth down and 1, obvious decision to go for it here.
Bulldog fans, big short yardage stand here for the Bulldogs. 4th and 1. Let's make some noise.
So this is a big situation here, 4th down and 1. And the Rams have yet to match anything that gave the Bulldogs the lead in the first half. They need to do it here. It's Terry, and I believe they'll catch him for a false start. Or, I apologize, a timeout by the Rams. They'll talk it over, and we'll be back in a minute here at Galena Sports Live.
Number one, obviously, is safety. We definitely call 811 to find out if there are any buried lines, fiber optic, whether it be telephone or pipeline or anything. Don't take a chance. Don't think you know and say, well, I don't remember anything being put in there. Call 811 and make sure that that's identified, that there isn't something there before you make that crossing. Because in the end, we want everybody going home.
What would happen if I had to pick up the phone, call 911 for one of my family members or one of my neighbors? What would I do if no one was on the other end to respond? What if there was no 911? So you can be a part of the solution.
Anybody can be a firefighter. Male, female, younger, older.
We have school teachers. We have leaders in business.
Is me, you, anyone that wants to be.
There is no typical firefighter.
Welcome back here, folks. 26-16 is your score. The Bulldogs lead, but they are clinging on here. 4th down and 1. This is a big situation. Here's the handoff. Sarwinski fighting to bring him down. And it was yet again Allen on the carry. First down here for the Riverton Rams on 4th down and 1. And that could certainly change the course of the game. First down and goal from the 10. Or the 9, my apologies.
First and goal for the Rams. Big defensive stand here at the goal line, Bulldog fans. Let's hear some noise.
And the Bulldogs looking exhausted. It's been a long second half already. Slow and a lot of running plays, which is exhausting to a defense. And it gets tough here when you're in the red zone to stay motivated. Off to the right side, it's Lake Crowder. Cuts it north-south in great timing. He's brought down just short of the goal line. Yet again, Lake Crowder on that jet sweep. They've yet to officially place the ball. Second down and 2. So from the 2-yard line, Terry and company look to punch it in. Under 4 minutes remaining here in this third quarter. Here's Terry. And the run goes nowhere. Third down and short. This is big. 1-yard carry, my apologies. Lake Crowder checks off the field. Checking in is number 9, Liam Tyree, who we've seen a lot of here tonight. But one guy I don't see on the field, which surprises me, is Derek Larison. Two backs here. It's Crowder and Allen. Handoff goes to Allen. A final push in the pile. He does it. Touchdown Rams. 26-22 now. And it is Caden Allen who punches it in for the Riverton Rams. And they could put this game within 2 if they're able to convert here. And a quick quarter it has been. A lot of run plays. And it's felt very slow offensively, but as for actual time allotted, we're looking at 2:51 remaining in the third quarter already. Another motion here. Flag on the play, and they're struggling with motions tonight. Illegal shift is the call. And I don't think they have a guy with the leg to do it from this far out. They were going to attempt the extra point last time, or 2 touchdowns ago, but then it was called a penalty, and so they went for the 2. From this far out with no experienced kicker, you almost have to go for the 2 here. Rolling out right side, it's Terry over Little, and it's caught. 2-point conversion is good. And right there, that was Hunter Crowder on the reception. Puts this ball game within 2. 2:51 remaining here in the third, and we'll be back here at Galena Sports Live in just a moment.
Question: what will you find on all over-the-counter or OTC medicine packages to help you choose the right drug and use it safely? The answer: the drug facts label. This label lists the medicine's active ingredients and purpose, how much to take, and warnings you should know before using it. Remember, even OTC medicines you buy without a prescription can cause side effects you don't want. So follow the information listed on the drug facts label. For more information, visit fda.gov/drug facts label. A message from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration.
Everybody can make something, because I think everyone has a spark of creativity, and the reason that I have to keep making is because I don't think my life would be as fulfilling without it. If you make things yourself, that means you're not cowering in fear. You're out there taking chances. That, I think, is my way of saying I love you to the world. All right, now I want to hear why you make.
Share your own Why I Make story today. Visit whyimake.org.
And we're back here at Galena Sports Live. Caden Allen is kicking off here. And I believe something happened to Larison. Probably an injury. Fumbled reception. It's Wagoner. And clamps onto it on the ground at the 35-yard line. So under 3 minutes remain here in this third quarter. It's certainly gone quick. And with no signs of offensive success here in the third quarter, the Bulldogs need to find some offensive momentum.
Small two-tone umbrella, Rick Phipps. We'll get some more after the play.
Sarwinski under center, two backs. Hand off there to Mooney. And not much to be found there. 2 yards on that one, 2nd down and 8. My apologies, 3 yards. 2nd down and 7 now. But one thing that was shown very not often noticed from Dawson Mooney is that extra fight at the end of the play. It often goes a long ways, but you see him constantly churning those legs until he's down. Dawson Mooney is a fighter, and it shows so far in this game. He's done some great things, and he's done some great things this season. Those are the kind of players you need long term. Here he is once again. There he goes. Break off run. Has the first down and more. Gain of 12. And that's what I'm talking about. Last time the hole was filled up, but he hit it with aggression. Kept driving his legs. Right there, the hole was open. Hit it at 100 miles an hour once again, and that time finds success and a Bulldog first down. That is just amazing to see. A great young man in Dawson Mooney. Under center is Sarwinski.
Flags on the play.
Flags fly before the snap. It is an encroachment called on the defense. 5-yard walk-off here. First down and 5 from the 44-yard line. Lawson jogs off the field. Taking his place is number 9, who I do not have on my roster. 3-back formation here. Quick handoff to Turner. Not much to be found there. Gain of 2. 2nd down and 3.
Gain of 3 yards. Tackled by Clayton Garrett.
Lawson checks in. And right there, that was Clayton Garrett from the linebacker position to bring down Turner. And that's what I was talking about. This linebacking core does a great job of filling holes in the offensive line. Did it there. Sarwinski looking for the quarterback sneak. Has it. Takes it left side. And he's brought down, but not before a Galena Bulldogs first down. Moves the chains once again. And this is just a beautifully mastered offense. They have done an impeccable job executing play in, play out all night. And that's how you win yourself a football game. We'll see if it stays that way. Sarwinski under center. Quick handoff here to Mooney. And right there on the tackle, that was number 61, Noah Valenti. Gain of 4 there.
The tackle. It'll be 2nd down and 7.
Clock ticking away.
Third quarter.
And that will do it here for the third quarter in Galena, Kansas. I'm Caleb Rose. Next to me is my cameraman, Dominic Santiago. And we'll be back here at Galena Sports Live in just a moment.
At Farmers Insurance, we've seen almost everything, so we know how to cover almost anything, even a rock and wreck. rocked and rolled right into it, but we covered it. At Farmers, we know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
I used to drive an ambulance as an EMT, and I've always tried to be a safe driver. If people knew what I know, lives could be saved. In my car, if I see a truck or bus taking a turn, I know to take my time. When big vehicles turn right, they may swing wide to make the turn. If you try to sneak in, well, it's a lesson you'd rather not learn the hard way. When trucks and buses turn, let's you and I wait. It's our roads, it's our safety.
Welcome back here to Galena Sports Live. The Bulldogs' second to last home game already here in week 3. We can't appreciate enough the cheerleaders and the band. They have done a great job of setting the tone and atmosphere for this stadium this year. Here comes Sarwinski with a quarterback keeper, has the first down and more. He's finally dragged down by Garrett. What a play again by Sarwinski. But you can just see how lively the players' faces are when the crowd gets up, gets on, especially the band, the cheerleaders, all those kind of things. Keeps them going when they're down. We've seen them out of momentum quite a bit this season, and they've been able to recover, especially here at home. Sarwinski handoff here to Mooney. Perfectly read there. That was Hunter Crowder in the backfield almost instantly. 11:20 remaining here in this contest. And we are going to see a thriller to finish it off here. The Bulldogs have to score if they want to come out victorious. This is going to be big because we know that the Rams can do some good stuff on offense. Fortunately, they've left the ball on the field long enough. Hopefully the offense is cold, but you can't always make that guarantee. Sarwinski, play action. He'll roll out to the right. Instead, keeps it himself. And he's brought down by Clayton Garrett. And right there, that's the toughest thing as a defense. And the little defense I played as a football player, that was one of the most annoying things, is having playing against a mobile quarterback like Sarwinski. Because you think it's a play action, your immediate thought is to step backwards looking for a receiver or something like that, and then he takes off down the field, and it's really tough to contain. Third down and 5 here for the Bulldogs. Play action once again, and a keeper not able to turn it north-south early enough. 4th down and 3. So from the 9-yard line, the Bulldogs look to convert here, and this is huge. Gage Lawson jogs onto the field with the play, but this is very influential in this game. They need to score. We know the Rams can match it on the offensive side. And really, momentum doesn't affect them. Sarwinski out of the pistol, whistles blow, and I believe the Bulldogs will talk it over. So we'll be back here at Galena Sports Live in just a moment.
Number one, obviously, is safety. We definitely call 811 to find out if there are any buried lines, fiber optic, whether it be telephone or pipeline or anything. Don't take a chance. Don't think you know and say, well, I don't remember anything being put in there. Call 811 and make sure that that's identified, that there isn't something there before you make that crossing. Because in the end, we want everybody going home.
What would happen if I had to pick up the phone, call 911 for one of my family members or one of my neighbors? What would I do if no one was on the other end to respond? What if there was no 911? So you can be a part of the solution.
Anybody can be a firefighter. Male, female, younger, older.
We have school teachers. We have leaders in business.
Is me, you, anyone that wants to be.
There is no typical firefighter.
Welcome back here to Galena Sports Live. I'm Caleb Rose. Next to me is my cameraman, Dominic Santiago. And Galena fans here in the stadium are getting lucky, getting some Chick-fil-A gift cards for supporting their team. This stadium is packed. Here on homecoming night, they have one more home game coming up in 2 weeks. And that will certainly be interesting to finish off their home suit. They'll travel to Parsons next week, who's 2-0 at the moment. So 9:26 remaining in this contest. Sarwinski out of the shotgun, trips left side. He'll keep it himself. Lead blocker is Little. In for the touchdown. Touchdown to Galena Bulldogs. Another rushing touchdown by Brett Sarwinski. What a night he has had. Hasn't even needed to throw the football and has done a lot for his team after being crowned homecoming king. 9:19 remaining in this fourth quarter, and this ball game gets more interesting by the second. This could be big. If they're able to get the 2-point conversion, that forces 2 drives to score from the Rams, and they're able to do that. That is Sarwinski once again, I believe his 4th rushing touchdown of the night, and it does not get better than that. He continues to succeed. We'll be back here in just a moment at Galena Sports Live.
The difference between gambling and having a gambling problem is worth knowing. Learn about the warning signs that you or someone you care about could be at risk. If you struggle with a gambling problem, or if you are impacted by a loved one struggling with a gambling problem, please get help. You can get confidential, no out-of-pocket cost assistance by calling the Kansas Problem Gambling Helpline at 1-800-522-4700 or at ksgamblinghelp.com. Know your limits. This message is brought to you by the Southeast Kansas Problem Gambling Task Force.
Welcome back here to Galena Sports Live, and we've seen a lot of highlight plays tonight, especially from Brett Sarwinski. If you want any of those, text Bulldogs to the number on your screen. It is completely free and provided by Easy Relic. And if you want to know more, go to EasyRelic.com. We can't thank them enough for partnering with us here at Galena Sports Live. But here we are, 10 points, yet again the difference. I felt like I've said that at least 3 or 4 times tonight, and it continues to be the case. Kicking off here is number 15. That's Gongora. We'll see if the Bulldogs have any trickery up their sleeve. Here's Gongora, deep kick. It's received by Phillips. Excuse me, that's Tyree, and bringing him down on the right side at the 41-yard line. That was Zane Turner. So marked down at the 41. Riverton has to match the energy here. In some local games, Columbus and Girard, 2 teams that the Bulldogs are all too familiar with. Girard is currently leading in the third quarter, 40-18. Under center here is Terry. Quick handoff to the left side. That's Crowder. Brought down 1 yard in the backfield, and that is Dawson Mooney, although he looks to be limping after that play.
Mooney on the tackle.
Second down and 11.
Have an update on the game. Girard.
So second down and 11.
In the third quarter.
And Parsons is losing 31-8, is who the Bulldogs will be playing next week. Here's Terry firing left side. It's batted up. Possible interception.
Batted around.
And I believe they ruled it inbounds. What a play. That was amazing. Right there, that was Deontay Paul is who grabbed it. Call him an acrobat, because that was amazing. A batted pass and over a man, able to tip his toes inbounds. That was just amazing. Deontay Paul making a wonderful play. And it's unfortunate we don't have camera angles on that sideline, but that was amazing and great call there, obviously, by the ref. But here is Dawson Mooney. The Bulldogs get right to it on the offensive side. Second down and 3 after a gain of 7. 8 minutes remaining here in the contest, and the Bulldogs are pretty much completely in control of the momentum. Gage Lawson out left. 2 running backs. It's Sarwinski who keeps it enough for the first down. Chains move. And the atmosphere in this stadium is absolutely electric. Cheerleaders bringing out chants from the crowd. Band playing amazing here. And you can certainly feel the energy radiating from the field. Looking at this Rams defense, they look exhausted. Hands on the hips. All that kind of stuff. And that's what happens when you run the football. We've seen the Bulldogs defense be affected by it. It's Dawson Mooney on the carry, and he has enough for a Bulldog first down. Bringing him down is number 7, Clayton Garrett. But again, that's what I was saying, just running the football over and over. That is exhausting on a defensive line. And really a linebacker core too. It's really tiring, and after a long drive like this, that's when you really start to see it come out. I believe we have an equipment timeout or an injury timeout. Dawson Mooney limping off the field after what we saw earlier. Checking in for him is number 30. That's Ty Hall, a junior. Sarwinski out of the pistol. Two backs here. A handoff to Tyler Little. A gain of about 2 or 3. Second down and 7. 6:30 remaining here in this contest. And I'll go ahead and knock on wood, but this has been an amazing matchup, and I would say the Bulldogs hold it out here. They find themselves with a winning record after this one. They have played amazing thus far and are completely deserving of it. Obviously the week 1 struggles, but they turned it around and quickly as well. Handoff here to Tyler Little. Flag on the play, maybe a backside holding. But to come in here to beat a league rival team who has a 2-0 record, that's just amazing. They've done some great things, controlling the game on the defensive side. Shot block is the call against Galena. And a big walk-off here of 15. That is devastating to see. Second down and a mile.
Looks like that's a 15-yard penalty against the Bulldogs.
Gage Lawson checks in. A rather quiet stadium after that penalty. Certainly changes some things. 7 seconds remaining on the play clock. And a needed timeout here from the Bulldogs. 5:41 remaining here in this contest, and we'll be back here at Galena Sports Live in just a moment.
Everybody can make something, because I think everyone has a spark of creativity, and the reason that I have to keep making is because I don't think my life would be as fulfilling without it. If you make things yourself, that means you're not cowering in fear. You're out there taking chances. That, I think, is my way of saying I love you to the world. All right, now I want to hear why you make.
Share your own Why I Make story today. Visit whyimake.org.
I used to drive an ambulance as an EMT, and I've always tried to be a safe driver. If people knew what I know, lives could be saved. In my car, if I see a truck or bus taking a turn, I know to take my time. When big vehicles turn right, they may swing wide to make the turn. If you try to sneak in, well, it's a lesson you'd rather not learn the hard way. When trucks and buses turn, let's you and I wait. It's our roads, it's our safety.
Welcome back here to Galena Sports Live. 5:40 remaining here in this ball game. 2nd down and 21 from the 34. After a chop block, 15-yard walk-off. The Bulldogs find themselves in a hole. It's Dawson Mooney, perfect blocking into the open field. Maybe no pass is needed at all. What a play, Dawson Mooney. And you could tell by the eyes of the defense and immediately where the linebacker stepped, they expected a pass play here. The trickery and a long run right there for Dawson Mooney picks up the Bulldog first down. That is just amazing. You see the linebackers, the initial step is back, they're on their heels, and Mooney was able to burn them with ease. So the Bulldogs have dug themselves out of this hole. Here's Sarwinski under center, and they find themselves in the red zone once again. Mooney one-on-one, brought down by Clayton Garrett. 5 minutes remaining here in this game. And a score here would certainly cap off an amazing drive that has taken up quite a bit of time. I believe it was still going on to start off this fourth quarter. And we've certainly seen some long penalties, but the Bulldogs have made up for it. Sarwinski out of the pistol. He'll keep it himself. Little lead blocking, and he's brought down at about the 3-yard line, gain of 3, that is. Hunter Crowder right there to bring him down.
6-yard gain on the carry.
3rd down and 1.
3rd and short. We'll call it 3 inches.
Now hitting the 4-minute mark. Under center here is Sarwinski. 2 backs here. Yet again, a quarterback sneak, and it's enough for a rushing touchdown. Once again, Brett Sarwinski has ran to victory here for the Galena Bulldogs. 5th rushing touchdown of the night. You really can't talk about this performance enough. That is just amazing. That's a stat you don't even see from a running back, but to see that from a quarterback who's made plays with his legs, taken broken down plays, and made it into something big, that is just amazing to see. They lead by 16, looking to extend it to 18 here with a 2-point conversion. Lobs it up there, and it's in. 42-24. Your score, and your Bulldogs extend the margin. Quite disheartening for the Rams. We'll see you back here in just a minute at Galena Sports Live.
Number one, obviously, is safety. We definitely call 811 to find out if there are any buried lines, fiber optic, whether it be telephone or pipeline or anything. Don't take a chance. Don't think you know and say, well, I don't remember anything being put in there. Call 811 and make sure that that's identified, that there isn't something there before you make that crossing. Because in the end, we want everybody going home.
What would happen if I had to pick up the phone, call 911 for one of my family members or one of my neighbors? What would I do if no one was on the other end to respond? What if there was no 911? So you can be a part of the solution.
Anybody can be a firefighter. Male, female, younger, older.
We have school teachers. We have leaders in business.
Is me, you, anyone that wants to be.
There is no typical firefighter.
Welcome back here, folks. 350 remains in this contest. And a contest that has been solely dominated by your Galena Bulldogs. Cannot talk about their success quite enough. Interesting kickoff there, returned by Clayton Garrett, and it'll fall down at the 49-yard line.
Got some more prizes to give out. We have a $30 gift certificate.
And the Bulldogs fans in the stadium are getting quite a few gift certificates. They are hosting a donation drive for the Spanish teacher of both Riverton and Galena. I believe her son is in the hospital currently. In a really tough situation that's turning out to be. Fortunately, the community rallying around them, and it's amazing to see.
Run up the middle.
That carry right there came from number 42, Caden Allen. And that is 54, Derek McLaughlin. What a play that was. McLaughlin, a sophomore. 3:30 remaining in this contest. Second down and 9. And if you're Riverton right now, the goal is damage control. Maybe score some points for confidence sake, make the score look a little bit better. But right now, with 3 minutes, there's no feasible way to win. Right there, incomplete pass on second down and long. And that was just beautiful. Talking about the secondary right there, a go route on the right side from Hunter Crowder. And it almost was like they were there before the quarterback even dropped back to pass. We saw Turner coming in from the other side, and then Tiante Paul, who had the interception last time, the acrobatic interception really. And they were both there. Even if the throw was on the mark and it was caught, they would have been there to swarm tackle almost immediately. This defense has seen so much improvement in the course of 3 weeks. A jump right there on the right side. Third down and 5.
And it's against the Bulldogs. It'll be 3rd and 5.
Third down and 5 here for the Rams.
Brady's t-shirt, Patty McCorkle. A teal Brady's ball cap, Michaela Walton.
Terry out of the shotgun, 2 wingbacks. A 5-man front for Galena. Early pressure for Terry. Takes it himself. He's brought down out of bounds. And that was a hard hit. I'm not sure who hit him. I believe that was Tyler Little. But what a hit on that right side. And Terry is pushed back pretty far.
Got back to the line of scrimmage, so it'll be
fourth down and 5, 6 maybe from the 48-yard line.
Also from Gravy's, a black Gravy's ball cap, Mike Gibson.
2:52 remaining in this ball game. Again, out of the pistol is Terry. 1 receiver to the right, 2 wing backs. He'll drop back, looking deep, all go routes over the middle. And it falls incomplete through the hands of Sarwinski. That would cap off his amazing night he's had. Had a touchdown last week that led to a scoring drive. But right there, able to stay on defense. Enough for a turnover on downs.
Machinery, $50 cash. Aaron Holmes.
Now the goal is to hold on to the football, run the clock out, and celebrate a well-earned victory here from the Bulldogs. as I was saying, they go on to play at Parsons, their first away game of the year. Parsons is 2-0 at the moment, but they are trailing 31-8. Tyler Little, running back right there, brought down by Clayton Garrett. Gain of 7 on that one, 2nd down and 3.
Flag on the play.
There is a flag on the play. It's false start. That's the call.
Motion against the Bulldogs. So we'll replay first down, 1st and 15.
1st down and 15 after the 5-yard walk-off.
Sentinel subscriptions, 1-year subscriptions. Zach Roberts, John Westmoreland, Cindy Sturgis.
2:34 remaining here.
P.D. Wade, Taylor Watkins, Cindy Watkins, Keith Himes, Donna Ryan, and Randy
Sarwinski under center, 3-back formation, and they found their way when it comes to this formation. Zane Turner right there, determined runner, ran over his own blocker right there. With forward progress, that's a 2 or 3 yard gain.
2-yard gain.
2nd down and 13.
2nd down and 13 for the Bulldogs.
And so far defensively, on the other side of the ball for the Bulldogs, they've certainly found that improvement when it comes to tackling. A great victory this has been, but the biggest thing is getting 2 or 3 guys on the ball every time. I can almost promise you that Larison would not have been stopped if that wasn't the case. Tyler Little once again on the carry, gain of 2 or 3 there. 3rd down and long. And a timeout by the Rams, 1:46 remaining in this contest. And we will be back here in just a moment.
The difference between gambling and having a gambling problem is worth knowing. Learn about the warning signs that you or someone you care about could be at risk. If you struggle with a gambling problem, or if you are impacted by a loved one struggling with a gambling problem, please get help. You can get confidential, no out-of-pocket cost assistance by calling the Kansas Problem Gambling Helpline at 1-800-522-4700 or at ksgamblinghelp.com. Know your limits. This message is brought to you by the Southeast Kansas Problem Gambling Task Force.
Question: what will you find on all over-the-counter or OTC medicine packages to help you choose the right drug and use it safely? The answer: the drug facts label. This label lists the medicine's active ingredients and purpose, how much to take, and warnings you should know before using it. Remember, even OTC medicines you buy without a prescription can cause side effects you don't want. So follow the information listed on the drug facts label. For more information, visit fda.gov/drug facts label. A message from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration.
Welcome back here. 1:45 remaining in this contest.
3rd down and 10 for the Bulldogs. 1 minute, 46 seconds left in the game.
Out comes this offense. Sarwinski still on the field. 18 points is the difference. Again, 3 backs. A motion here from Tyler Little, a sweep play. Here comes Zane Turner. Has some momentum. Not quite enough for the 1st down, but a solid gain there after being brought down by Clayton Garrett. And a random little thing I just noticed about Clayton Garrett is that neck protector. And that is a scary sight to see from a linebacker. You know that he's a hard hitter. In respect to this defense from the Rams, they've put up a good show so far and have done some great things. 1:30 remaining here. And the 1st down came for Galena. Prairie View is beating Parsons, who the Bulldogs will be playing next week, 31-8 still in the 4th quarter. Here's Tyler Little. And now 40 seconds on the play clock. So they should be able to run this out of here in 1 or 2 plays with under a minute remaining. A few other league games, Girard is beating Columbus still 40-18. And then Baxter Springs lost to Jayhawk Lynn 30-18. 2nd down and 6. And here is the victory formation. Sarwinski takes the knee. And with the 40-second play clock, that should do it. What a victory here tonight for the Galena Bulldogs. Your final score, 42-24. They showed some great things this week, and I'm excited to see what they can do next week at Parsons. I'm Caleb Rose, joined alongside by my cameraman, Dominic Santiago, and we cannot thank you enough for tuning in to Galena Sports Live. Have a great night.
At Farmers Insurance, we've seen almost everything, so we know how to cover almost anything, even a rock and wreck. Yeah! He rocked and rolled right into it, but we covered it. At Farmers, we know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
I used to drive an ambulance as an EMT, and I've always tried to be a safe driver. If people knew what I know, lives could be saved. In my car, if I see a truck or bus taking a turn, I know to take my time. When big vehicles turn right, they may swing wide to make the turn. If you try to sneak in, well, it's a lesson you'd rather not learn the hard way. When trucks and buses turn, let's you and I wait. It's our roads, it's our safety.